Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Malmsteen 1973 has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Nicholas Lafarve has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Wayne Mattia has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Baron_Jr. has just boarded the plane.
What? Thank you! We just become best friends? Yup!
Has just boarded the plane.
Hey guys, how's it going? Are you ready? We're in the shadows. The legend, the Shadow Warriors. Okay, let's go. Shall we do this? Hello everyone, welcome to another Fighting Fantasy Brawl, another adventure, another playthrough. Legend of the Shadow Warriors. We've done this one before, I remember. Hey Spellsinger, how's it going? Is it that time again? We are definitely that time again, man, and I cannot wait. Let's get that music down a little bit though, the dungeon crawl. How are you? I'm okay, I'm good, yeah. I'm okay. I think I got enough sleep. We'll soon find out. So, yeah. This one is, I don't remember. Think about it. Do you know what? These later ones I very rarely play, so I haven't got a clue what the hell is going to go on here. David Day, welcome in. Also, if you're in my Discord and you're in the Black Lobster Inn, you might have seen a nice little poem that Rhymester has put together. Hey Ramstry, how's it going, mate? Are we dead yet? Not yet, mate. Give it time. Give us time. Rhymester put together a little poem for us, and I'd like to read it out. So it starts off like this. It goes, Adam and the worlds of fighting fantasy. In a quiet room by candlelight, Adam sits, the world outside, a distant sight. With pages turned, our mind set free, he dives into realms where none can see. Fighting fantasy, his trusted guide, through every twist we choose to ride. A hero in every tale we'd be, a knight, a wizard, wild and free. Each adventure, a different fate, battles fought at every gate. With sword in hand or spell to cast, we brave the monsters ever fast. Through forests dark and castles tall, in every dungeon we'd risk it all. Each choice a path, each step unknown. In these worlds, he'd never be alone. The creatures roared, the traps did spring, yet Adam knew what each would bring. With dice in hand, he'd shape our fate, a hero's journey never late. If we fight all creatures down to zero, we'll win the quest and become the hero. Now he says, because I thanked him for this, and then I added a couple of lines myself, and he insists that it gets added to it. So it goes an extra 2 lines now. And through all the adventures and through all the fun, we desperately hope we never roll a double one. Honestly, that is brilliant. If me and Rhymester, we've been working on these maps for a couple of years now, and here he is, speak of the devil, Rhymester. So yeah, or Rhymester, sorry, I keep pronouncing it Rhymester, but it's Rhymester. Rhymester, yeah. So yeah, we've been working on the thing. So if they get published, that's gonna go in as a prologue, So yeah. Rhymester, I love that, honestly. Absolutely love that poem. It's brilliant. Thank you so much for that. Let me come off Discord, because otherwise we'll be hearing beeps and bops and all sorts of, weird things. So, yeah, Legend of the Shadow Warriors is what we're doing. Look at that Jack Skellington cover. How cool is that? That cover illustration was by Terry Oakes, and it looks so Halloween-y, doesn't it? It looks proper scary. There's also a map, Galantria, here, that you might want to, if you've got the book, great, but you might want to memorize that in case we need it. So, yeah, go for it, This is book number 44. We're catching up to my age, guys. We're catching up to my age. Stephen Hand wrote this, and the illustrations inside are by Martin McKenna. Which, let's have a look at one random. There we go. I mean, that's pretty cool, that one. That's pretty detailed and pretty, nice. So, yeah. I wonder what's going on, in the world of Fighting Fantasy now, in terms of Steve and Ian. Because obviously we've had the new book come out, The Blood Dungeon Island, whatever it's called. But I wonder, Do you reckon Steve's working on one? Or do you reckon Ian's got like another one? Like, how many more books has Ian got left in him, do you reckon? Before he goes, I'm hanging up my dice, guys. You know, I'm retiring. Like, I hope he just continues to make these books, you know, till he's in his 90s or something. Or till he literally, you know, like, I want more adventures, you know. I quite like these Dragon series ones with the sort of gold or copper, as it were, lettering. Like, these are the ones I go for, the Dragon cover. They're the ones I try and get. I love the spines. They're all green and they stand out on a bookshelf in the shops. You know, much better than these bloody new ones. Like these, I don't think stand out because loads of people do these now. And if you got these two side by side on the bookshelf, I know exactly what's going to stand out over another one. And plus, the gold on this, the leafing fades and comes off. So over time, that's just going to look like a state. But I'm thankful for that they're releasing them. Honestly, cannot bloody wait. You was 19 years young in 1996. So how old was I? So I left school in 94. And that's when I was 18. So that's like another 2 years later. So I must have been 20 then, I guess. Yeah, I think 20, because that makes sense, because I think I was 23 when I got married, and that was in 2002. So that's about right, yeah. It took a while for you to write it. No way. Is that why you've called you like Rhyme Master? Is that why you call yourself Rhyme? Because you're busting out the rhymes? Honestly, that's I love that. Yeah, I might print that off and put it up on the wall, to be honest. Like, I might get that copied out, you know. So let's decide who we're gonna be, guys, before we roll for anything. Are we gonna be big dice, or are we gonna be little dice today? I think we were big dice last time, but what shall we be, big or little? Who do you want to be today? Big dice, little dice. That sounds like a children's TV show. A man of many talents. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, mate. We've got a lot of talent in this pool of peoples. We want to be the big dice. Okay, we are the big dice. We're the big daddy dice today. So, just to catch up with a few things here, by the way, if I can find it. I don't know if anybody knows this, right? I've written it down because it's very important. Announcement, guys. News just in. So on the 27th of August, that's the date when the first Fighting Fantasy book was released. I believe it was 1982 or 1981. It was on the 27th of August. So I don't know if it's already a thing, so somebody please tell me if it already is, but I am deeming August the 27th the International or Global Fighting Fantasy Day. FFD, right? That is the new, like, if it already is, fair enough. I'm unaware of it. Please let me know if it is. But that's what I'm deeming as Global Fighting Fantasy Day, which means on the 27th of August, which I believe is like a Wednesday or a Thursday or something. Let me check here. July, August the 27th is a Wednesday. So this is going to be controversial for you guys, because on August the 27th, I will be live streaming like all day. So I'll start at like 9 a.m. and we'll go to like 6 p.m. or 8 p.m. or something, maybe, or even 9 p.m., maybe like 9 till 9 or something. I don't know. It's going to be a big day where we're actually going to go through a few of the books. We're not actually going to read the books, though. Okay? We're not actually playing an adventure on this day. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the books, share our stories, our memories. We're going to be doing, like, I got to plan it out, to be honest. So I got to fill like a few hours worth. And the reason it's going to be spread over like an entire 12-hour period is because obviously I'm well aware of time zones around the world. Like 10 a.m. is the best time for Australia. It's the evening. If it gets to like noon, or if it was like 3 p.m. for the UK, it's going to be middle of the night for people in Australia. And I'm guessing that Australia is the majority of our viewership. So I'm very sensitive to that. And I don't want to put anybody out effectively. That's why we do it at 10 a.m. So if I go from 9 a.m. till 9 p.m. or something like that, then, you know, everybody can watch at certain points throughout the world. It hits everybody. Do you know what I mean? So put it in the diary, guys. 27th of August, we will be doing a full day, if I can last, of Fighting Fantasy, where we chat about the books. We'll go through the entire lot of them. So obviously we'll start at like the beginning and we'll work our way through. We'll look at the artwork. I'm going to, instead of showing the artwork in the books, I'm going to look on the internet for every single picture of Fighting Fantasy I can find, and then we can bring it up, and it'll be a full-on chat about these books. So, and yeah. And every 27th of August from now on, we will do this. So it'll become an annual thing, all right? Second stream on the trot. Don't forget your glasses. Oh, fuck's sake. Forgot me glasses again. Can you believe it? Do you know what? Forget it. We're just going to do without, okay? Let me see if I can actually do this. I might get, my eyes are going to get tired. No, I need to get them, don't I? David, thank you so much. I honestly am so shite. I keep leaving them. Like, I go make my coffee and I just leave them instead of picking them up. I'm surprised nobody's like put them outside my door and set with a note saying, you keep leaving these lying around, they're gonna go missing. Honestly. Wargaming Dad's in the house. How's it going, mates? Right, we're gonna roll for our character in a second using the big dice, and I need to go get my glasses. I'm really sorry, I keep forgetting them. I'll be right back. Such a muppet. Also, I want to talk about something else while I'm glassing up here. How many of you guys are looking forward to, or even interested in? I mean, I'm hoping so, because these books we do, they're games at the end of the day, aren't they? They're game books. So I'm hoping that maybe somebody in here is also a fan of video games. Like, does anybody play video games here? Is anybody else waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6? Like, I am. But I'm only getting it on the PC. And I can't wait. In fact, I was actually watching some genuine footage this morning. There was somebody, a 17-year-old, hacked Rockstar in 2021, I think, or 2022. And he downloaded like 90 clips. He downloaded a lot of logs and code and all this. Honestly, 17-year-old. And he released it on the internet, and it's still circulating around. You won't find it on YouTube, though, because Rockstar basically, you know, get it deleted as soon as it pops up, so you'll never find it. But somebody's written a PDF about what was in these 90 videos, and somebody actually shared it on a you know, underground website. And before it got taken down by Rockstar on this underground website, somebody made a sort of put it all together in a 53 minutes video, and that video I've got. And I've been watching it this morning, and it honestly, I mean, it's early development stuff, but it still looks amazing, even for early development. You got a PlayStation 2, Spellsinger. Mate, I got a PS1, a PS2, a PS3, a PS4. I got an Xbox One. I think I have a 360 somewhere. I got like all the consoles. You know, even like the Nintendo, the Mega Drive, the Dreamcast. I got loads of them. I used to collect them like years ago. And I started getting loads of games for them. But I cannot wait for GTA 6 to come out. I'm really looking forward to it. In fact, it's reinvigorated me to play GTA 5 because they released that as like a remastered version. And I started putting footage up on the gaming channel again. I had sort of a hiatus from it. So in the description box below, there is a link to my gaming channel where I've been actively playing GTA 5 again and making videos again. And honestly, it's got me right up in the, hype, for it. So much so that I went and got the definitive collection of the original trilogy, 3, Vice City and San Andreas, for the PC, because I only have them on the PlayStation. But your last computer game was Commodore. Man, wow. I never owned a Commodore. I never had one of them. My mate had one, James Crocker. He had one. I remember going around his house to play it. It was a real fiddly piece of equipment, that. You got a PS2 just for Hogs of War? No way. A BBC Micro. Do you know what? I had another friend who also had the Amstrad. Do you remember that? That Alan Sugar thing. That was actually pretty fun. He had this helicopter game on it. With the tape. You put it in, push play, and it would load off the tape. Off a tape. Cassette tape, Off cassettes. Like, how mad is that? The remasters were a travesty. See, everybody says this. I actually really, I'm a big fan of, especially San Andreas. That's probably, my favourite game. So much so that I've even bloody got all the guides to them. I've got all the guides to all these games. And honestly, I used to use this as a proper, And, I was dying for a decent, because obviously it's PlayStation 2 era. So it's square heads almost, you know what I mean? And but it's such a big, massive game, so fun to play. And I was so psyched when the definitive edition came out and they remastered, basically turned them all into DX12 games with up-to-date effects, lighting, reflections and all that. I actually think they're a decent upgrade. I actually really enjoy playing them. I think everybody hates them though. Everybody hates the definitive edition, and I don't know why, because I think they're really good. So, yeah. I mean, I've got the originals, and unfortunately, they never put the Vice City stories or the Liberty stories, the Liberty City stories, that never came to PC. Only on PlayStation. I don't even know where I'm aiming this thing here. Only on the PlayStation and the PSP. They were, and it's such a shame, because I'd have them on the PC. Moon Mat's in the house. How's it going? You've still got the originals and you prefer to play the originals. Yeah. Original console time, definitely. I might do some I don't know. Anyway. So yeah. I can't wait. It's coming. I think it's coming this October. I think it's going to be end of October, maybe beginning of November. But I also think the trailer will be out. The trailer 2, will be out before mid-April. There will be another trailer dropping in the next few weeks. It'll either be end of March or beginning of April, maybe April the 1st, and everybody will think it's a joke. But guys, do you know what? I've been watching a lot of videos on YouTube about the history of the GTA series, getting in all the hype, and I didn't realize, but GTA 5, out of any entertainment IP, that's music, movies, anything, is the highest selling property. Right? If you think of your favorite song, and I'll take Taylor Swift here because she's popular. Her 1989 album sold something like 5 million copies. And that's for an artist, you're thinking, wow, that's pretty good. GTA 5 sold over 200 million. Like, it blows everything. It's the #1 selling entertainment property in the world on any platform of music, movies, games, like entertainment as a blanket. Wow. I mean, it beats Endgame. It made more money than Endgame. Like, that made over $1 billion. GTA 5 has made over $2 billion. Like, what? Honestly, it's mental. Like, and the pre-orders for #6 are, honestly, it's going to be insane. I reckon they're going to do 100 million, like, in 24 hours. Like, maybe even 200 million in 24 hours. That thing is going to sell over 3 billion at the end of the day, I reckon. Well, especially when it hits PC. They released like 1 million copies of the same game. But yeah, I have got, alright, honestly, right, GTA 5, right? Here we go. GTA 5 is probably the one game I've bought the most. So I got it on the PS3 with this book in a duffel bag edition where it had, I've still got the safety deposit box, the key ring, this guide, and the steel book version of the PS3 game. So I bought it on the PS3. Then the PS4 came out, and they released the digital copy first, so I went and bought the digital copy. That cost me like 45 quid. And then I always prefer discs, though. I don't like digital because it takes up space. I prefer discs. They released the disc version, so I bought that because it was 25 quid or something. And then, of course, they released it on the PC, so I bought that again. And so I've got like 4 copies of Grand Theft Auto 5. And it's the same for all their games. I've bought multiple copies, console, PC, even Red Dead Redemption. You know, I've bought it on the PlayStation. I bought it on the PC. I had to buy it twice on the PC, honestly, because I had it on Epic Games and it was bugged. So I went and just got it on Steam instead because it was like 15 quid. But I've promised myself I'm not buying multiple copies. I haven't got a PlayStation 5, and it's coming out on the current hardware only. So I've said to myself, I'm not buying a PlayStation 5 just for a single game. I'll wait for the PC version. I'm only buying 1 copy this time, and it's going to be my very last video game I ever buy because get a game every time it comes out. It's mental. So I'm just like, you know what? That's the last video game I'll buy, and I'll just play the ones I've got. Anyway, like, is anybody waiting for it, by the way? The original question I asked. Like, is anybody interested in it? Because if not, that whole section there was just boring. Hey, special equipment, it says here. During the course of your adventure, you may be fortunate enough to get your hands on special weapons and protective armor. If you wield a special weapon in combat, any blows you land on your opponent will do greater damage. Your foe will lose more stamina, ooh, nice, than normal. And if you enter battle wearing armor, you will be more or less protected from any blows which your opponent lands on you. You will lose fewer points of stamina. Instructions covering these cases are given in the paragraphs where the special equipment is found. Well, we need to get some armor, guys. We need to protect ourselves. We don't want to be going in unprotected. Definitely. So, that's just telling you about how stamina. It says here about your meals. Each time you eat a meal, doesn't tell you how many you get. You must keep track. You start the game with no meals, but you'll be given the opportunity to gain food during your adventure. Done. And at the beginning of your adventure, you have very little equipment that is suitable for a journey of any kind. But you will be given a chance to visit the market of Royal Lendl before embarking on your dangerous quest. During your travels, you may also find other useful items which you can take. For now, you only have a sword, a backpack, and a pouch holding a few gold pieces. To find out how many gold pieces you have, roll 2 dice and add 12. Here we go. Right, first roll is how much gold have we got? Fucking hell. Let's get that out of the way now. Double 1. Let's get the ones out of the way now. So we've got 14 gold pieces, guys. Fucking hell. We're not swimming in it. 14. We're minted. I think the only game which got as many re-releases is Skyrim. Mate, I thought they were going to release some sort of souped-up version of that. I don't know if they did or not, but you'll have GTA Online for the next, next 20 years, mate. GTA Online. Never want to be unprotected. We talk about the same thing, right? The bad luck begins early. Well, let's just hope we get that out of the way then. Like, now we've done the double ones. That's it. That could have been a battle roll. That could have. So, hopefully that's as much as we get. So, it says you start your adventure with a sword of gleaming steel. And you may get the chance to acquire another weapon. If you take another weapon, you must discard your old one, as you can only ever carry one weapon at a time. We can only do one. So we have a sword, and if we pick up anything else, we lose our sword, okay? I'm sure other weapons will have different kind of stats to them. It says you start your adventure wearing no armor. We're going in unprotected. But you may be lucky enough to obtain some later on, and if you do get your hands on it, it will tell you at the time, so that's it. In the paragraph, whenever you lose an attack whilst wearing armor, the armor will automatically protect you, whether you want it to or not. Well, you always want it to. As a result, you will lose fewer stamina points. Because the armor will have protected you, you must add 1 to the number of hits that the armor has taken. So the armor can only take so many hits then, by the sounds of it. And then it's useless. So I'm sure it'll tell us all about this when we do. So let's start rolling for our scores, shall we? So skill. Come on, skill. Yes! Yes! 12! We got a skill of 12, guys. Man, oh man, oh man. We are badass. We are complete badass. Honestly. Hey? First roll, double one. Right, if this turns out to be a double one that I just rolled now. Talented but broke. Sounds like my 20s. Guys, imagine if I roll a double 6 on this. Honestly, and we're like a god, you know. Here we go. Come on. Rolling for stamina now. Here we go. 5. Not too bad. That's 17. That's okay. That's a little bit below average, or probably spot on for average, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. Not a problem. Okay. Now let's roll for our luck. Skill of 12 makes 17. Yeah, exactly. We got 12, man. Our stamina literally doesn't have to be that high with a skill of 12. We can hack and slash our way through. They're all gonna die. Okay. Rolling for luck. Luck be a lady tonight. Lucky, you know, I mean, it's only 8. Not that lucky, but there we go. So we don't have meals to begin with. We have a sword. I think it said we have a shield. I'm not really sure. But never use these things, the shield. Oh, hello. What's this? That's a bit of a unique thing here. Got some information here. It says here, Shadow Warriors on steeds infernal, riding ever faster, uprooting tree and breaking stone, searching for their master. What the fuck does that mean? So yeah, this this over 10 million copies sold worldwide. This sold more copies than Taylor Swift's album 1989. Yeah, Stephen Hand. Let's see what he's like. Stephen Hand, is this the same Stephen I'm thinking of? I think so, because he did some other stuff. He did, I think, Night of the Necromancer. Is that the same Stephen I'm thinking of? Hang on, let me check my Facebook. There's a Stephen who wrote for Fighting Fantasy that I chat with every now and again. Let me check to see if it's the same Stephen. It might be a different Stephen, to be honest. Maybe just type his name in, and that'll be quicker to look for it. Stephen Player. That's the guy I chat with. Stephen Player. He sent me a picture of him, and that looks identical to me. Yeah, Stephen Player is the dude I chat with, sorry. But he wrote for Fighting Fantasy as well. So. You posted them in Discord. What's this? He wrote a few books in the 40s. Oh, did he? In the 40s? Oh, in the I thought you meant like the 1940s. Like, fucking hell, man, how old is this? We are a literal glass cannon. Just a jam sandwich. Guys, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. The 40 series, as in the numbers 40s. Yeah? Okay. I think that's what you mean. I think. I don't know. So the background is extracts from Life on Titan by Ernest Caderman. In fact, the background seems to be extracts or essays from a few different books. Interesting. So shall we start? Moonrunner and Dead of Night were the other two from Stephen Hand. We'll be doing them soon, actually. We got Spectral Stalkers, Moonrunner's coming up, and what was the other one you said? Dead of Night. Oh, correct. We've played that one already. Shall we start the background? Yeah, I think we've wasted. We've made this stream now a little bit longer. You know, given it good before we get a double one or something. So I'll start reading the background. Galantria was once the most civilized land on the face of Titan. Its history began when Orjan, the builder, halted the great roaming of his tribe to build a village which he called Lendl. From there, his people spread, building ever more villages, and Lendl itself evolved into a walled city. Orjan's son, Bob, no, only joking, it's Regulus, led the people into a new age of wealth and forged the 8 largest towns into the nation of Galantria, the royal Lendl and its capital. Galantria continued to expand and could well have covered the entire old world, were if not for the fact that it bordered other nations whose peoples also had thoughts of expansion. Directly south lay the nation of Femfrey, and to the east the country of Bryce. Though initially relations were cordial, the people of Bryce grew jealous of Galantria's wealth and prepared an invasion. Next, Galantrian colonies in the Northlands rebelled and sent any army down into their parent country to win their independence, and it did not take long before the nearby nations of Femfrey and Lenderland got caught up in these terrible events. Thus began the War of the Four Kingdoms. That sounds like a book in itself, doesn't it? The War of the Four Kingdoms. That's extracts from Life on Titan by Ernest Caderman. The next is an excerpt from the Court Essays and Observations, 2 Decades of Royal Decorum by Hugo Montpellier. The treacherous Baron Tag led his own monarch into an ambush, he himself plunging a poisoned dagger into King Constantine's back. War-torn and leaderless, Galantria fell into despair. Fortunately, help was at hand in the form of Dantalon, the court magician, who seized the throne in the name of the people. Using a mixture of cunning wizardry and brilliant strategy, Dantalon brought the war to an end single-handedly. Yet, although he exercised the authority of kingship, he did not keep the crown for himself. He was saving it for another. Hey, John, how's it going, mate? So, the next is an extract from Chalana the Reformer, Volume 3, The Fruitful Years. What would you do if I sang at a tune? It's by Matra Sanskrier. This is The Fruitful Years, guys. Aged and weary, Tantalon killed 2 birds with 1 stone. At one and the same time he found Constantine's successor and righted 12 wrongs by declaring the latter to be tasks which the former had to complete to win the crown. What the hell was that sentence? Thus a new bloodline began to rule Galantria, Orjan's lineage having ended with the betrayed Constantine. Law and order were restored, and an unlikely hero became king. Strangely enough, the coronation coincided with Tantalon's passing away, but the wizard's death and the start of a fresh, loyal dynasty signaled a new era for the nation. However, Galantria was no longer the center of the old world. That position had passed to Femfrey, the realm of King Chalana, who ruled with his magical crown of kings. Shout out to sorcery. Chalana lent his great artifact to the rulers of the other countries, on condition that they join his now mighty alliance. Indeed, Chalana's wise and generous leadership has proved to be the sole guiding light, leading us into the next stage of humanity. You just realize you were 30 seconds behind. Yeah, everybody refresh your screens in case you fall behind. Now, the next bit, it just says sword for hire, so I have no idea what those 3 readings were all about, in all honesty, but I'm sure it'll become clear. It says you're a veteran adventurer, lending your sword arm to almost anybody who makes you the right offer, with money for hire. Though it must be said you have no great love for gold, requiring only enough to get by. You seek adventure and excitement for their own sake and look to correct the world's many injustices. Over the years you have fought for many armies and have joined many expeditions into unknown lands. During the War of the Four Kingdoms you fought on the side of Galantria, your homeland. Your courage, skill, and leadership earned you many decorations, and though you never felt comfortable with it, the rank of captain. We're captain. Capo. Cappy. When the war ended, you spurned your fame you had gained and took to the road in search of fresh adventure. You smell that? That's fresh adventure. I love the smell of fresh adventure in the morning. Your adventure begins now. Now! 5 years on, you now look back in Royal Lendal, but the people who once sang your praises have forgotten you. It's taken only 4 days for you to become bored with the city, so hopeful of bumping into someone interesting, you decide to take yourself to a tavern named The First Step to shake your thirst. The First Step? This sounds like borderline, kind of a certain type of pub. You know what I mean? It is highly likely that someone in here will be looking for a person with your particular talents. Boing. You prefer fresh coffee. Did we press F? No, we haven't done that yet, mate. We haven't done that yet. It is highly likely that someone here will be looking for your talents. Indeed, you are on the point of draining your second tankard of Lendal when you feel a frantic tapping on your shoulder and you turn to face a worried-looking man. Judging by his appearance, you would say that he is a farmer living on the country's borderland. His words tumbled out in a hurried anxiety. Please, Captain, you must help us in Carnestein. Our homes are being ravaged by an unstoppable foe, and our people are being cut down like dead wheat. 3 of us, that's me, Mendicant, and 2 of my fellow villagers have come to the city seeking help, but the authorities won't listen to us. They think we're making it all up. They don't believe that we're being attacked by the Shadow Warriors. It cannot be. The Shadow Warriors are merely boogeymen used by mothers to make their naughty children behave. Every Galantrian child knows the short nursery rhyme that tells of them. Come on, everybody, sing it with me. Before you have time to respond, Mendicant continues, no one will help us. Even mercenaries we approached have laughed in our faces. Then when we heard you were here, you are our last hope. Will you help us? Yeah, sure, princess, we'll help you out. The Blue Oyster, exactly. I was going to say that, but I don't know if anybody would get the reference. Dun, 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 dun. This is basically the Blue Oyster we're in, isn't it? Only we get worried if they want to dance. We can use that accurate clock on the top of Adam's shelf. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. It says 20 to 9. That does. It is actually ticking, surprisingly. This is 20 to 9. That's not exactly. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You are our only hope. Help me defeat the Shadow Warriors. While his words have hardly been a glowing tribute to your skills, yeah, you haven't kissed my ass enough, mate. You need to do some more brown nosing before I say yes. You can see that the man is absolutely terrified and in dire need of your help. You're very doubtful that about this Shadow Warrior business, though. It is much more likely the people of Karnstein have been terrorized by a gang of fucking, I can't speak, guys. Brigands? That doesn't even sound right. Anyway, you know what I mean. A gang that got caught up frightening costumes. Still, you have heard of Karnstein. It is a mere speck of dust on the maps. There's virtually nothing there. What could raiders possibly want from such a place? I mean, yeah, it is basically a piece of shit, isn't it? Like, Karnstein, dive. Who's after that place? Perhaps they just enjoy picking on scared, helpless peasants. Man, we are really looking down on this dude, aren't we? Whatever the reason, it enrages you to hear of such wanton viciousness. You make up your mind. These specs do not offer any help, I'll tell you that now. You make up your mind to go to Karnstein on the spot, saying, I will help you. And you'll defend the village and teach these Shadow Warriors a lesson they'll never forget. So we're basically... Oh, God, that looks like... So we got a picture here, and I don't know if this is the dude that's helping us, but he looks like Steve Jackson. Look at that. Is that Steve Jackson there? If it focuses on it. It looks like Steve. Can't get that music out of my head now. Yeah. So, yeah, it looks like we're going to help this dude out, you know. But, you know, I can only help you if you pay me. Need some money, mate. Need to line my palm with silver. So, let's see it minus the lack of beard. Steve Jackson's got a beard? Well, he did have. He doesn't have one now. But yeah, he did have back in the day, sorry. Okay. Yeah. Right. So, that's the introduction done. We know what we got to do. We just got to do it. F in the chat to begin the timer. Trigger that. And we'll begin. Boom. There we go. Now we've started. Here we go. Good luck, guys. I need to stop that from banging. Though he is relieved that you have agreed to help his village, Mendicant now begins to look embarrassed. He was blagging it. He says, we are only a poor and simple people. All we can pay you is 200 gold pieces. And what is more, the village elders have decreed that you are to be paid after the job is done, because we're hoping you'll die and not have to pay you. Hi-ho, such are the times. Still, you won't go back on your word now, will you? You did agree, so, I mean, even if we didn't pay you, you still agreed. So you agree to his terms, and Menican smiles once more in relief. Oh, thank God. Now he must go and find his friends so that they can prepare to leave for Karnstein. You yourself will have to buy provisions and other equipment necessary for the journey and your adventure. You shake hands with him and arrange to meet his party at the main trade route south of the city in 2 hours' time. We got 2 hours, guys. So the farmer then hurries out of the tavern just as gaudily dressed. fellow strolls in and elbows his way towards you. Hello, my name is Steve. So this dude comes in now, this fancy, frolicking, jaunty man. This is Bartolf. I am Bartolf, an infamous gambler. He struts through even the most dangerous parts of the city wearing expensive silks as a sign of his success at countless gambling tables. I haven't seen you in here for some time, he says with a sly grin. Care to try your luck at the Blue Oyster Inn? I don't know about that, mate. Although you shouldn't be wasting any time here, a win would enable you to buy more equipment and thus prepare for your road ahead. We've only got 14 gold pieces, so we ain't going to get much. Do you want to accept Bartolf's challenge, or would you just leg it and leave? What do you reckon, guys? Shall we? He looks like Bill Nye. He does, actually, yeah. Looks like Bill Nye. Huh. So, are we going to gamble? Are we going to do it? Let's accept. All right, we're going to do it. We'll accept his challenge. I reckon he's going to con the shit out of us. We're going to have no money by the end of this. Rubbing his well-manicured hands in an unrestrained glee. Oh, God, how creepy. Bartolf sits behind you. Oh, beside you, sorry. He sits beside us, not behind us. And he hands you some dice. Put some gold on the table as a stake, he says, and roll the dice. If you roll 4 or above, you win. You keep your stake money and you take an amount equal to your stake from my own purse. If you roll less than 4, you lose, and I keep your stake. Easy, eh? Yeah, you think almost too easy. So a small crowd drawn by the exaggerated loudness of Bartolf's voice gathers around to watch. So, how many gold pieces do you wish to gamble with? So we have to get 4 or above. That seems very easy. Seriously, I reckon we just whack all our money down, because I don't think we're going to roll below 4 with these small dice. These are Bartolf's dice, so we have to use his, not ours. So, got that Lord Farquaad about it. Right, so guys, we need to decide how much money we're betting. We've got up to 14 gold pieces. So Moonmat says whack it all on us. So I feel this has got to be a group decision. Everyone's got to be okay with this, because this is very effective. I personally think we should whack it all on. Moonmat's behind that, but we'll whack him off. We need to be in agreement here. So put it on the red and let it roll. So how much money are we going to lay down, guys? You know, I feel like he's also looking at us, and we're you know, how much are we going to play with? We have to all agree. I'm saying. Come on, guys. Come on. Put the money down, guys. Actually, we're in a... I keep forgetting we're inside a bloody pub, like. Bet it all, David says. So, I mean, we'll just bet it all then. Okay, you ready? We've put down 14 gold pieces, and we will win 14 back if this comes out above 4. Holy moly. Can you guys even see that? Look at that. Oh. We rolled a 5. We've just got 28 gold pieces. Boom! That's how you do that. Hang on, I better turn to the page first before... 54. Your smile turns into a look of mute disbelief as the die suddenly flips over Your roll has become a 1? Too bad, says Bartov, reaching for your gold. The die he gave you is obviously loaded, and he is a trickster. If you want to... So we've lost all our money, guys. We've got nothing now. Fuck. He says here, do you want to grab his wrist and accuse him of cheating? However, if you would rather avoid any trouble and let him have the money, then you just leave the tavern. I mean, fuck, 14 gold pieces is all we've got. Are we... Yeah, let's kill him to death. Grab Bartov by his balls. Honestly, this POS is going down. I'm telling you. You don't mess with the Fighting Fantasy crew and get away with it. You know, we are chopping off his happy dice, and that's the last roll one he makes. Test your luck, it says. Oh, fuck, we're going to lose. We got a luck of 8, guys. We have a luck of 8. Let's put our dice on the map here. So we got to get below 8 for it to be lucky. Ah, yeah, we're unlucky. We's unlucky. So, what does that mean? Oh, God. If you are unlucky, you're fucked. We've got no money for anything, guys. Bartov squirms in fear as you crush his wrist in a grip of iron. But when you call him a cheat, he reacts with outrage. Although you're not sure whether or not this anger, he's a right narcissist, is merely part of the act as a practiced con man. The performance, though, seems to work. A number of onlookers step forward. You lost fair and square, snarls one. No place for bad losers in here, grunts another. And before you know it, you're seized by a dozen strong hands. Da, 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 and we start dancing. Da, 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 da. And they throw you out into the streets. You land flat on your face, hitting dirty cobbles with a painful thud, deduct 1 stamina point, and the gold you lost. So that's 16 stamina and 0 gold. Should we just become homeless now, guys, and forget this mission? Odd. Overcome with anger, you consider drawing your sword, going back in to deal with the lot of them. But then again... But then, I mean, why can't we do that, to be honest? Like, I feel like that's what I'd do. Leaving the town, just go in and dig my Uzi 9mm and take an AK-47 when you absolutely, positively got to kill every last motherfucker. Just drill them all, you know. Let's go ask for 200 up front now. Should we go to the bank and see if they'll lend us some money? Leaving the tavern behind, you walk towards the sprawling market area in the city centre. Ironically, the market stands next to Royal Lendal's poorest district, a warren of dilapidated buildings housing beggars and thieves, which will soon be joining. All in all, it's a sad and dangerous place. This sort of things you would want normally cost you a small fortune. So we're walking around the old, you know, the village bit, the market stall, you know what I mean? Luckily, you have a good many merchant friends who will sell you their wares for next to nothing. Well, how about they'll sell it to us for nothing? Because that's what we've got. Nothing. The eastern side of the market is where you'll find all the hardware you may need, weapons, basic equipment, and so on. On the western side, more unusual items are to be found. I cannot believe we got skinflinted. That little bastard. Become a gigolo until we get back on our feet. Guys, we're going to have to hustle our ass to get that kind of money. Honestly, it will be no good for the adventure. You know what I mean? The burning ring of fire will be upon us. Time to take up a life of crime, because that is all our skill is good for. Can you believe what is just happening in this book, guys? I don't think this... I've never had this happen to me, I think. Oh, no wonder that dude's dripping with silk bloody conning people out of their money with his trickster dice. Fuck. Which side will you visit first? The east or the west side, guys? What side of the market do you want to visit first? The east or the west side? East to the west, the west to the east. Yo, west side. What should we do? I mean, it makes no difference. We got no money. So maybe we'll get something for free. You know? The side that doesn't need... Let's go to the side that doesn't use money. Eh? They do it on goodwill. You know? Namaste. Oh, this is going to be interesting with no meals, the barest of equipment. I cannot wait. West side massive. Let's go to the west side. So we've already got a name in this town for brawling, you know, whatever. Oh, look at this here. Do you want to hear some of the stuff? Look at that. Oh no, it gives you a list of things you can buy here. I'll read it out anyway, so you know what we're never going to get. It doesn't take you long to find most of the things which may be of use to you during your adventure. Look at the list opposite, and if you buy anything... So, yeah. Some items only when instructed to can be used. So, okay. So the list consists of Amulet of Luck. That would have come in handy. Chameleon Cloak. That's that Harry Potter invisibility cloak. Firecrackers. Little flashbangs. A mirror. What the fuck? So we can look good on our journey. You know. Meals. I mean, there are only 1 gold piece per meal. Meals, okay. Ring of Agility, which basically, if you use it, deducts 2 from a dice roll. So, why? Hang on, what? Deducts 2 from the dice roll? You must decide whether or not to use the ring before you make the roll. If you choose to use it, 1 use of the ring is spent, whether you succeed or not. Why would you want to deduct 2 from the dice? Surely it's add 2. I mean, I don't know. And Sleeping Drought, 1 vial will knock people out for days. Yeah, meals would have been good. Kudos to those who look good on the battlefield. Oh, you know what it is. Like you're on the battlefield. You gotta look your best. You know, put your lippy on. You gotta look your best. You know. Do you know what's on my phone? Screensaver. Look at that. That is the beginning of a star. That's the birth of a star right there. A newly born star in our universe. That's what it is there. That's what it looks like. That's what's on my phone. I used to have the Terminator, but because of AI, and now I've got the universe. The other one I had was literally all the visible universe, but I thought the birth of a dawn of a new era is more relevant. So, quick everyone, do your makeup. We're going to war. Get your lippy on, guys. Come on. Gotta look good when you're fighting. Probably testing skill or luck. You want to be below. Flaming Heron, refresh your screen, man. You're behind, I reckon. Yeah, but you're right as well. Meals would have been good. Any options to steal? I doubt it, mate. I seriously doubt it. So that's basically that's what's on the west side. Shall we go now visit the east side? So we're going to go to the eastern side of the market and see what's over there. Just a tease, you know. Do a bit of window shopping. If you are allowed yourself to be diverted and if you allowed yourself to be diverted and gambled with Bartov in the first tavern. So yeah, that's what we did. We did indeed. So don't tell me that's coming back to bite us now. Here we go. Turning away from an annoying shyster who's trying to sell you a mongoose paperweight made of plaster. The fuck? Trying to sell us something we ain't got money for. I mean, he's the moron. You find your way blocked by 6 men dressed in heavy armor. They are the city guards. Once you see the gnarled old weasel who is leading them, you understand what this is all about. There's a picture there. That's the picture. A Weasley old man. Don't know what it's all about, to be honest. A Queensbury Woad, Galantria's chief tax collector, with his personal gang. Woad produces a scroll from the depths of his overrobes and says, Captain, I hereby authorize you to serve you with this bill of taxes, which must be paid forthwith in lieu of satisfactory fiscal settlements. I have an open warrant for your arrests. He presents you with the scroll and continues. Well, this ain't going good for us, is it? I thought isn't this the town we're supposed to be saving? The original balance charged at compound interest half yearly at a fixed annual percentage rate for 5 years comes to 568 gold pieces precisely. Do you have that money? And obviously we're penniless. We haven't got a penny, mate. You clearly have not got it and cannot afford to pay such a vast sum. Now you regret ever returning to the capital. We regret our life choices. But what will you do? You could plead poverty and let the guards arrest you. So that's one option. You know, we haven't got any money, mate. 2, try and bribe them with what? Our ass? I don't know. Or 3, leg it. Just make a run for it. What shall we do, guys? Give him a wedgie and run. Right, so we got to pay 568 gold pieces. Guys, what you got on you? Come on, let's all pitch in. I've got a jar full of coins that we can use. Right, so well, fighting isn't one of the options there, Ram Street. Unfortunately, we either plead poverty and get arrested. We try and bribe them, but we haven't got any money to bribe with, so I'm not really sure how that bribe's going to go. Or we just flat out leg it. So, Flamin' Heron says guessing we leg it isn't really saying let's leg it. That's kind of putting it out as an option. Right, freaking leg it. Spellsinger said it. Let's leg it. 338. Here we go. You give Queensbury a shove so that he totters back into his guards, and they all fall over in an untidy heap. The troops raise the alarm, and the taxman squawks with rage. Never has he been so humiliated in his entire life. Rather than restrain you, however, the bystanders just stand there, laughing loud and long at the pompous official's plight. Before the guards can regain their feet, you flee. A few minutes ahead, you come to a junction. Will you go left? Will you go right? Or will you go straight ahead? So we're legging a town. This town is full of assholes. Honestly, yeah. Let's go party in Fang instead. Yeah, forget these people. They can save themselves. You know, we should have got the money up front. You know, if they would have paid us up front, we probably could have, you know, bribed the dude. I'm sure this isn't true by the look of him. It's happening plenty of times. Let's look up our old pal Suckumvit. Yeah, Suckumvit pays my debts. Just go knock his door for the money. Right, we're going left, right, or straight ahead, guys. Come on. Damn. This is not looking good for us. Wargaming Dad says left. We're going left. Lucky left, that's what I'm hoping for. Lucky left. The road you have taken leads into a beggar's quarters. Well, right at home. A maze of narrow streets strewn with rubbish, layabouts and pickpockets. Good luck picking our pockets. As you wind your cautious way towards its centre, you hear the shouts of your pursuers fading back into the distance. However, it is certain that Queensbury's men will not give up the chase, so you keep on running. Are we carrying a loaded die? Man, that was an option to buy? Didn't say that. No, we haven't got any die on us. We haven't got any dice. We're not carrying a loaded die at all. You hare up to the street with six sword waving city guards in your wake. Not far ahead, round the corner, is a magician's shop. Maybe you can shake off your hunters by hiding in there. However, experience has taught you that such places are perilous. If full of possibilities, shall we go into the magician's abode, or shall we just pass it by? What shall we do, guys? Should we go see Paul Daniels' magic shop? See what David Blaine's up to? Or shall we just leg it? Just go past. Forget Copperfield's magic circle. We'll leave the Penn and Teller, you know, gang. Check out the magician, yeah? Maybe he'll show us the finger trick. The old thumb trick, sorry. Enter the magician's abode. There is a picture. And I'm pretty sure it's this one that we'll be looking at. So I'll just show you the picture now. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. The zoom, the focus on this camera is shocking. Can't get it in focus, but that's what it looks like. You soon arrive at the wooden glass door of Hegmar's Sanctum. Better than Hegmar's Scrotum. Within, all is dark and nothing stirs. The magician is nowhere to be seen. However, the door is open, so you slip inside and close it behind you. Hiding in the shadows, you watch as your pursuers rush right past. You wait for a second of their steps to recede before coming out of cover. Oh, pardon me. I don't know where that came from. Hiding in the shadows, you watch as your pursuers rush right past you. You wait for a second for the sound of their steps to recede before coming out of cover. You're in Hegmar's showroom, a small place cluttered with objects of all kinds. It is strange that Hegmar should leave his expensive wares unattended, but you don't give this fact much thought as you study your surroundings. Only 3 things seem to be of any particular interest. Will you go over to the magician's desk? Hide in an ancient sarcophagus? Or study a smooth crystal sphere mounted on an ivory pedestal. Or we can just leave all this and leg it out of the sanctum to continue your flight from the guard. So we're in Doctor Strange's inner sanctum, and we can either look at his desk, we can hide in an ancient sarcophagus, or we can study a smooth crystal sphere. What shall we do? Right. Maybe it's Siegfried and Roy. Go to the desk. Okay, so we're going over to the magician's desk. I have a feeling we might only have enough time to do one of these options. Lying on the desk, you find a freshly written document. The ink on the vellum page is still wet. You read the text. It is copied in a hand which grows increasingly spidery and fraught. The Dream Circus has come to Royal Lendal. This innoxious seeming little troop has spread its evil for over a year now, passing from village to village across Galantria, unaware that I have been keeping a watch on its movements, awaiting the moment to act. The plan is clever. I can only hope to uncover its architect before matters come to a head. Wait, my door opens and 3 circus people enter. They know, the mandrakes must conjure fire to destroy... And that's it, it's cut off then. It didn't have time to write anything else. And they never saw him writing this and got rid of whatever he was writing. They just left it. And it's still wet. The letter ends suddenly. The mystery is less so. These mandrakes, whatever they are, must have taken or destroyed the magician. So if he's gone... But to do that, they must be incredibly powerful. You have stumbled on the edges of a vast plot. Add Hegmar's warning to your adventure sheet. Whatever that means. Hegmar's warning. What does this mean? Okay. Hegmar's warning. Now you can either examine the sarcophagus or the crystal sphere, or we can leave. What shall we do? Crystal sphere, sarcophagus, or just leave the shop? I mean, can't we go find the till and get some money back and go to the market again? You know what I mean? Crystal sphere, Spellsinger says. Let's go check it out. Let's find this sphere. You go over and gaze into the depths of the perfectly smooth crystal, and as you do so, it begins to glow as if lit by eldritch fires from within. Soon you find that you have no interest in anything save the seductive dazzle of the sphere. Fortunately, a remote part of your mind realizes what is happening and urges you to resist. A superhuman effort of will is called for to free you from the crystal's lure. Test your luck. Fuck. Our luck is 7, by the way, guys. I have a feeling this could be it, guys. Test your luck. Our luck is 7. And I rolled a 6. We're lucky. Honestly, that was good. Now we're down to 6 luck. That's pretty cool, that. So we were lucky on that one. So what does that mean? Sweat pours down your face and you fall backwards, tearing your mind free from the most hazardous device, an orb of mind snaring. While it may not be the safest thing to carry around, perhaps it will have its uses. Do you wish to take it, guys? Shall we take the mind of snaring with us? Might be able to throw it out at the end boss, maybe, at the end. I don't know. As long as we don't accidentally look at it, we'll be fine. Remember, our backpack can only hold 7 items. At the moment, it's absolutely empty. We got nothing. So, plenty of room at the moment. So, what shall we do, guys? Can we give it to the tax man? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, why not take it? Okay. We need something. We need to take something, guys. Right, so we got the orb of snaring. At least we got a sword. Like, the book gave us a sword for free, so that, at least that's something. So what do you want to do now? Do you want to go see the sarcophagus? Or do you want to leave? Should we check out the sarcophagus, or shall we leave this shop without looting anything, by the looks of it? Apart from this orb that we're stealing. What should we do, guys? Let's get out of here. Okay, Ram Street, we're leaving. Let's leave before anything else falls upon us. Yeah, maybe climbing into a coffin isn't a wise idea, knowing our luck. For a moment, all is quiet, but the lull proves deceptive. By chance, a guard catches sight of you and raises the alarm once more. After yet another sprint, you unwittingly enter a cul-de-sac. Ahead of you, bordered by a low wall, are the green and pleasant guards of a small temple. To your left is the entrance to a narrow alleyway. This dingy path, lined on either side by lofty walls, heads in the general direction of the city's east gate. Will you enter the temple grounds or the pathway which leads to the east city gate? What shall we do, guys? Enter the temple grounds or head for the pathway? Let's go! Ding dong. What shall we do? You tell me. Head for the temple, yeah? Yeah, maybe the temple will give us sanctum. Sanctuary! We need sanctuary! Rather than climb over the low wall, you hurry through a wrought iron gate which is decorated with shapes like falling leaves. Inside, the grass is luscious, and the tree still fruitful, even though harvest time was 2 months ago. Cannot we take these fruit for food? Outside the gate, the guards have stopped their pursuit. They stand and watch you escape with fear and frustration. Ahead of you is a small plain building. This is the temple of geomancers, the earth priesthood who worship Titan. Why are they called the earth priesthood? That's weird. The geomancers respect nature in all its forms. They are a powerful and mysterious force in Royal Lendl, much resented for their independence from the law of the land. Your plan is to reach the streets beyond the temple grounds, but you are dismayed to see that your way is blocked by a tall fence dividing the estate into 2 halves. The only way through this fence is via another wrought iron gate. Its 2 handles are fixed onto ornate plaques, one plaque representing the sun, the other plaque representing the moon. Words have been worked into the top of the gate, forming a riddle. They read, reflector and reflected, one obscures the other for entry. Will you turn the handle in the sun, or will you turn the handle to the moon? So the handle points to the moon or the sun. Above that is the riddle, reflector and reflected, one obscures the other for entry. So, oh, Ram Street says point it to the moon. Okay. You have chosen correctly. Nice. The moon reflects the light of the sun, and it obscures the sun in an eclipse. The sun cannot eclipse the moon and its light as its own. As the gates open before you, however, you cannot help but sense that you have lost something in your success. Yeah, our fucking money. Hurriedly, you make your way around to the back of the temple, and soon you come to another gate leading out of the grounds. You open it and enter a narrow street. Will you go to the left, or will you go to the right? It's more of a 50-50 this one now. Everybody refresh your screens. I feel like some people are behind. Shall we go left? Shall we go right? Farmer's Delight. Left. Moonmat says we're going left.
Okay, we're going left. I want to say we're gonna go left. And you come to me and you say you're gonna go left.
Royal Lendl's East Gate towers before you. 2 enormous counterbalanced doors, constructed from heavily reinforced steel, are set into an awesome city wall, which is so thick that it has defensive posts and tunnels built into it. You are shocked to discover Quinberry Woad waiting for you with 5 of his men. If you have either a scroll of civic pardon or are hiding in a rubbish cart, the fuck? No, we're not. You may pass through. Otherwise, you will have to try and rush through. This will be made easier if you can create a diversion. Test your luck, subtracting 1 for the roll for each set of firecrackers which you choose, which we haven't got, so forget that. So basically, we have to test our luck. If you're lucky, we'll get freedom. If we're unlucky, we're captured by the guards. Right. Yeah. Our luck, by the way, is on 6 right now. So I mean, we can't create a distraction. So we're gonna have to pretend if we do get lucky. I mean, this is it, isn't it? I don't want to roll. I don't want to roll. Go on then. Oh, that's lucky. That is lucky. 6 or below it is, so that's a lucky roll, guys. We are lucky. Oh my god, I don't believe that one. If you are lucky, you bid your freedom succeeds. Your bid for freedom succeeds. Luck be a lady tonight. I mean, I can't believe our luck in this book. For fuck's sake. That's the picture, by the way, that's just popped up. I say we're lucky, but now we got these bitches to deal with. Get a literal lottery ticket bought. Honestly, I cannot believe it. And guys, you're seeing the dice, you know what I mean? Like, you run to the meeting place and are pleased to find Medican and his two friends waiting for you. One of them is very old, making the ensuing journey painfully slow. To make up for this, you have to walk into the night and are all very tired when you reach the Magar Pass. The Magar Pass, guys. We're going to the Magar Pass. This, the narrowest stretch of the trade route, is little more than a rocky path. On the left looms a sheer rock face, and on the right runs a deep crevice, about 6 meters wide and 5 times that deep. God, I hope we don't have to test our luck. On the far side of the crevice is another path. By common agreement, all traffic from Lendl uses the path you are on, while all traffic going to Lendl uses the far path. As you walk through the pass, the Magar walls blot out the moonlight and the shining stars above. Medican Hadouken! Suddenly, a dreadful cry pierces the air. Ah! That old person falling over or something. Followed by another and another. Ah! Basically, a whole bunch of moaning. The villagers cringe in terror while you prepare for combat. Then you see them coming along the path towards you. 5 riders on hellish steeds whose hoofs make the very earth quake and who race to crush you underfoot. Their robes billow and their long hair flows in the wind. Even though they wear strange metallic masks, you can see that their skin is decayed and their eyes are black, bottomless pits of death. I think I remember this. Aren't they like an illusion or something? Where if you just stay still, they go through you with not harming you or something? Medican wails, "We are doomed! The Shadow Warriors are upon us!" The others run, but their flight is a futile one. They are swiftly put to the sword. Maybe not an illusion then. But the warriors, they are real after all. Will you stand and fight these bitches, or admit that you cannot hope to fend off all 5 and run fleely and like run for it? Where is Flodo? So are we going to fight these girls, or are we going to leg it as well? There's another picture of them, just in case you've forgotten. The PMS group have arrived. What are we going to do, guys? Run! Okay. We are going to flee. I mean, don't they cut down people who run? Soon find out. Realizing that you are no match for the might of all 5 warriors combined, you run back to the north. Your lungs burn as you try to put some distance between yourself and the shrieking phantoms. Fortunately, you come to at last a narrowing of the path, which forces the warriors to ride in single file. But one of them has sped ahead of the others in a bid to delay you. You must fight and destroy it before the rest catch up. Roll 1 die to see which of the 5 you must face. If you roll a 6, ignore it and roll again. Okay, so we've got to roll the die, and then it's got here 1 to 6, and then that's the one we go for. So we rolled a 4, so we're after the 4. So there we are. Go to the 4. Number 4. Hang on a second here. Yeah, 183. Oh yeah. The Shadow Warrior wields a mighty, multi-headed mace. Each of its steel faces is covered with pyramid-shaped spikes. In the warrior's hands, the mace is a devastating weapon. At the start of the battle, test your luck. Fuck. If you're lucky, nothing happens, but if you're unlucky, the mace smashes your face, and you must fight without your sword. Cross it off your adventure sheet. If you have no weapon, then it just hits your body and you lose 6 stamina points and 1 skill point. So we've got a sword strike first. So if we're unlucky with this dice roll, fuck, then we lose our sword if we're unlucky. But if we're lucky, nothing happens and the battle will continue as normal. This Shadow Warrior has a skill of 9 and a stamina of 9. So already we are at the advantage by 3. So they have to -3 off their roll. But we also have to roll... I think we'll do the dice roll for luck first, actually, because that's going to play into it. But hang on, how do we fight without a sword? Surely that's got to be a minus your skill or something. If you have no sword to fight with, then that's going to be... Although you're losing you're losing 1 point from your skill. So that'll be, yeah, I guess like fighting without a sword. Nah, surely that's just damage. Hang on a second here. Let me see if there's any rules about fighting without a sword. I thought I read them out, to be honest. Weapons. It does say that if special instructions, if if you have to fight without a weapon, you subtract 1 from your current skill. Okay. So every time we fight without a weapon, it's -1, and that doesn't include the damage that we'll take from the mace once we lose our sword. Okay, here we go. So first we have to roll for luck to see if that big fat mace hits us or not. So we've got a luck of 5, and we were unlucky. It does hit us. So we lose 1 skill. We're down to 11. We lose 6 stamina. We're down to 10. And now we have no sword. So from now on, every fight we do, we have to -1 off our skill. So that's going to be, for the time being, it's going to be 10. Until we get another weapon, and then we can go back up to 11. Okay? So the advantage that we just had is now just a +1 instead of a +3. So that's a bit of a ball ache, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, surely it says here it smashes your weapon, so it shatters it. You must fight without it. If you have no weapon, the mace crashes into your body, and you must deduct 6 points from your stamina and 1 point from your skill. You cannot test your luck for damage on this. Not that we would, because we're shit with luck at the moment. Okay, here we go, guys. So this Shadow Warrior minuses 1 on the dice roll. So it got a 7, which becomes a 6. We got a 7. So there's only 1 difference there. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's right, yeah. So they're down to 8 stamina now. We don't have to do this test your luck every single round, do we? Just at the start of the battle, it says. Okay. Not every single round. That would be crazy. Okay. So they're down to 8 stamina. So we've still got the upper hand here. We're still the stronger opponent. Okay? Good night. They just rolled a double 6. So... yeah. So... She just basically obliterated us. We literally just... You know what? We saw her coming and we jumped into the canyon. Basically is what happened. We thought, fuck this. We just legged it. Unbelievable, guys. We're dead. We're absolutely dead. So the double 1... Guys, the double 1 didn't get us. Okay? The double 1 did not kill us this time. Be thankful for that, yeah? It was our own stupidity that did it. Our own. That was... dead. Dead till next time, guys. But don't go anywhere, guys. Don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. We've still got things to do. I mean, I enjoyed that. Ooh, my controller's falling off. I need to reset my life here. That's the printer cable. See you later. Little microphone that I use. Right, so what are we doing next time, guys? What is the next book we're doing? I don't believe that. We lasted 46 minutes, guys. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what we're doing next time, shall we? So, the next one is Spectral Stalkers. Yeah. So that's not... that's a good one. Let me set this up, and then I'll send everybody the link, and we can go ahead and like it so we know what we're doing. So what is the date in 2 weeks' time? It is the 23rd. Oh, hang on a second here. 23rd rings a bell to me. The 23rd of March is a date for me for some reason that I cannot remember. So I'll make it, but it may change only because I think something is happening that I cannot remember. So, but we'll do it. Okay. Let me get rid of this here. Yeah, just reuse those settings, I think. So this one's Spectral Stalkers. Just let me type this out real quick. Oh, what the hell? Spectral Stalkers. There we go. So, Spectral Stalkers. Mr. Spectral Stalker. 23rd at 10 a.m. Okay, so there it is. Let me go get the link for you guys. But like I said, it may change if I have got something going on which I don't remember, like this second. I don't know. It stands out for me for some reason, and I'm not sure why. So here is the link, guys, to the next adventure. Go click it. To buy Spectral Stalker in Australia costs over $700. What? Are you serious? Don't need these anymore. $700 for that bloody book? Really? Holy shit. The next book is one of the hardest to find. Really? Is it? Bloody hell. I remember this one coming out. This came out when I bought Vault of the Vampire for the first time. This was like the next book coming out. I remember seeing it and being like, "Ooh, cool." It's a good book. I think the author was tripping. Can we do Robot Commando? We've done Greg. Hey, Greg, welcome in. We've done Robot Commando, mate. Spectral Stalkers. I can't believe it's $700, mate, to buy that. That's bullshit. I feel for you guys if you're having to pay this one. Why am I so low in my chair? I feel like a midget here. Yeah, so that will be the next one we play through. Let me pull it out. Let me whip it out here, guys. Spectral Stalkers. That's the next one. So that goes in here. Like that. And then this one goes back on a shelf like that. And that's how we do it. There's a bit of something you guys don't usually see. That's how I swap the books out. So there we go, guys. Right, I need a wee, to be honest. So I'm going to do the 3-minute countdown. So don't worry, we're still here. I'm still here, guys. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. I want to thank everybody for taking part. Everybody for doing the decisions. I had fun doing this one. It's a shame our luck wasn't with us. Or actually, double six is what did it. So our character was surviving, I feel. We had a good chance there. So we will come back. And Next month, this is April we're talking about, starts off... Oh, fuck. Next month, we start painting, by the way. So, I'm not sure which date it'll be, but we'll take a break from reading the books, and we're going to paint this bad boy next month. Okay? We'll paint him. We'll decide what colors, and we'll do it. Well, I'll be painting him, but you guys can help me decide the colors. And then he'll sit on the shelf up here once we finished. We'll paint him entirely in one stream. Now, for my members, I will do a practice run on another figure before then and release it for my members. So if you want to see that, join as a member. I'm sorry to say it like that, but if you join as a member, you have access to all these loads of extra videos as a way of me thanking you for joining as a member. Here's the Empire. He's just turned up. Steve Jackson and his Livingston. So yeah, join up as a member and you get access to all the year's previous live streams we've done as a thank you for joining as a member. And you'll also get the very first painting model that I will be doing in the next couple of weeks. I'll be filming it and uploading it, and then next month in April we're on a live stream. Instead of reading a book, we're going to do him instead. I want it all, and I want it now. Just like that.
Rymister became a member of the cabin crew.
That was
Rymister
good.
celebrates 30 months of membership.
Win a painted giveaway. Hey, that's an idea, Empire. Maybe the first one that I do, I do a giveaway. Yeah. So anyway, I probably will actually give it away to one of my members as a thank you. So yeah, it's great to see everybody again. Greg, I'm sorry you can rewatch the stream though. It's all there. We had fun doing it. Very interesting it was, by the way. So I'm going to do the 3-minute countdown now, guys. All right, take care. And but we're still here. We're still here for chats. Like, we still chat, you know. It's just now there's a 3-minute timer on it. So that just gives me time to clear off a few things. And I can sit comfortably now. I just move my chair forward, by the way, and turn off the camera. That's all that happens there. Anything below this, I just start turning off. So, yeah. So what's everybody doing today? What's everybody up to? Tell me. Tough Adventure was fun. Catch it. Yeah. This was really tough, guys. I feel like we've done so well considering how tough it was. I feel like we really did a good job on it, though. It was really fun. And like, we didn't actually die properly because of our own misdoing or something. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. So that's the way it is, guys. Also, if you're interested, I did actually, in my Discord, in the 18 plus chat channel, I've put pictures of GTA 6 like in production of what it looks like, of the world and everything like that, if you want to check it out. I don't know if that's probably going to get this video deleted or not, but yeah, if you're interested. Yeah, watch out for Bartov, man. What is the easiest Fighting Fantasy book to complete? Probably the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, because it's the one everyone's done at least 10 times, I imagine. Do you know, that's a good point. We'll discuss that on the 27th. For anybody who missed it, I've got a minute to plug this. On August the 27th, there'll be 12 hours of Fighting Fantasy, starting in the morning and finishing in the evening, all day. It's a Wednesday. It's because August the 27th is when the first Fighting Fantasy book was released, back in 81 or 82, whichever day it was, and I've deemed it, I don't know if it's already deemed as this, but I've deemed it the Global Fighting Fantasy Day. August the 27th, every year from now on, will be a 12-hour stream of Fighting Fantasy where we don't play a single book, but we talk about them. and look at pictures and discuss our memories, and good fun. Anyway, that's that. I'm off, guys. I'm out of here. Take care. See you all. Take care of yourself and each other. All right?